Hello, my name is Yash Binwani and I'm a counseling psychology student. This video is about how evolution of psychology took place, who all were responsible for the school of thoughts that happened before, and who all propounded or discovered those school of thoughts. So this video is just about that, basically the history of psychology. So let's start. So psychology is an outcome of ancient philosophy, because both philosophy and psychology, they have same roots. They study human beings. But then psychology finally became scientific through the influence of logical empiricism, and that it should now disappear in favor of cognitive science and neuroscience. Scientific study. Psychology is a scientific study because it studies human mind scientifically. It studies the functions of human mind scientifically, and and through that we understand human behavior. So the formal beginning of psychology took place in 1879 with the establishment of first experimental laboratory by William Wundt in Leipzig. Now William Wundt was the one who founded the first school of thought, that is structuralism, and what it says that it is the field that should focus on identifying the basic structures of the human mind. And by basic structures of human mind, they mean that they should analyze the contents of consciousness. Contents of consciousness अब क्या है? तुम्हारे thoughts, तुम्हारे feelings, तुम्हारे sensations, तुम्हारे experience. Now, how this is achieved? It is achieved through a method of introspection. Introspection is a method in which individuals report in detail their conscious experience in response to something. Now, for example, self-examination, analyzing yourself, looking at your own personality and actions, and considering your own motivations. And a possible example of introspection can be meditation. Now, when you meditate, you don't look at things as a whole. बारीकी से देखते हो, मतलब एक एक चीज़ देखते हो. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर तुम किसी चीज़ को देख के इरिटेट हुए, तुम सोचते हो, तुम मेडिटेट करते वक्त सब चीज़ कंसिडरेशन में रखते हो कि मैं क्यों इरिटेट हुआ, क्या ज़रूरत थी मुझे इरिटेट होने की, किस चीज़ ने मुझे इरिटेट किया, और इरिटेट अगर मैं हुआ तो उसके कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस क्या हुए. तो you are looking at structures, you are looking at contents of your action. You're not perceiving your action as a whole. Now structuralism was soon challenged by functionalism. Now who propounded functionalism? William James. Now what functionalists hold, that how we should study this new field called psychology, is that we should not study we should not study the structures of consciousness or the contents of consciousness, but rather we should study the functions associated with consciousness. And by functions, what they meant that how you maintain your attention, how you make decisions, how you cope up with this challenging world, how you plan things. So all these are the functions of consciousness. Now Sigmund Freud founded psychoanalysis. Still, in today's world, in today's time, this perspective, this school of thought is practiced by most of the practitioners in psychology. Also, what he emphasized, that our most of our actions, most of our behaviors are governed by our unconscious mind. There are certain desires which which our conscious mind did not fulfill. So those desires are automatically get stored in our unconscious mind, and they influence later, like they influence our behavior later. So Freud viewed human behavior as a dynamic manifestation of unconscious desires and conflicts. He founded psychoanalysis as a system to understand and cure psychological disorders. अब स्ट्रक्चरलिज्म को एक और स्कूल ऑफ थॉट ने क्रिटिसाइज किया, जो कि गेस्टॉल्ट साइकोलॉजी. What is Gestalt psychology? It is a school of thought that looks at the human mind and behavior as a whole. When trying to make sense of the world around us, Gestalt psychology, it suggests that we do not simply focus on each and every small component. Instead, our minds tend to perceive objects as part of a greater whole, and as elements of more complex systems. अगर मैं तुम्हें ये दिखाऊं, ये क्या है? कॉपी है. तुम जाहिर सी बात है इसे ऐसे परसीव नहीं करोगे कि इसमें पेजेस हैं बहुत से. ये एक स्ट्रक्चर है जिसमें पेजेस हैं, और पेजेस में लाइंस भी हैं, इसमें इंडेक्स भी है, और इसका कवर पेज भी है. ऐसे कौन परसीव करता है? अगर किसी ने भी तुम्हें ये चीज़ दिखाई और पूछा कि ये चीज़ क्या है, कॉपी है. तुम इसके स्मॉल ईच एंड एवरी कंपोनेंट को नहीं देख रहे हो. एज अ होल इस सब्जेक्ट को, इस स्टिमुली को परसीव कर रहे हो कि हाँ ये कॉपी है. Next comes behaviorism. Behaviorism was discovered by John B. Watson, and he argued basically that psychology should not focus on consciousness or on experience, but it should focus on behavior. Now, what is behavior? Actions that are measured, or actions that can be observed directly. Behaviorism के बाद many psychologists they lost interest in consciousness, and they lost interest in introspection, because introspection has had many criticisms. The first is it is very subjective. It is impossible to examine or repeat the results. It lacked scientific reliability and objectivity. Different observers often provided significantly different responses to the exact same stimuli, or like this technique is difficult to use with children and impossible to use with animals, since most research is based on animals nowadays. अब अगर बिहेवियरिज्म को आप लोग आगे जाके डिटेल में पढ़ेंगे, मैं भी आगे जाके बिहेवियरिज्म पे एक वीडियो बनाऊंगा, तो आप उसमें बेसिकली यू ऑल विल स्टडी टू इम्पॉर्टेंट थ्योरीज, थ्योरी ऑफ क्लासिकल कंडीशनिंग एंड थ्योरी ऑफ ऑपरेंट कंडीशनिंग. इन दोनों थ्योरीज में कहा है कि अपने बिहेवियर्स कंडीशनड है किसी न किसी फॉर्म से. क्लासिकल कंडीशनिंग में ये कहा है कि अपने बिहेवियर्स कंडीशनड है बचपन में. कुछ अनकंडीशन स्टिमुलस, अनकंडीशन रिस्पॉन्स, फिर कंडीशन स्टिमुलस, फिर कंडीशन रिस्पॉन्स, इन सब से बिहेवियर्स दे आर कंडीशनड, अपने आप ही कंडीशन हो गए हैं तुम्हारे कॉन्शियस अवेयरनेस के बिना. ऑपरेंट कंडीशनिंग ये कहती है कि तुम्हारे बिहेवियर्स, तुम्हारे एक्शंस जो कि अभी हैं, वो रिवॉर्ड्स, रीइंफोर्समेंट्स विद अ पॉजिटिव और नेगेटिव, और पनिशमेंट्स, इन सब से बिहेवियर्स तुम्हारे और एक्शंस कंडीशन है. तो अभी तक इंसान का फ्री विल कहाँ है? फ्री विल की कहीं किसी स्कूल ऑफ थॉट में अभी तक बात नहीं कही गई. पर there is one perspective, there is one school of thought, that is humanistic perspective. Now, humanistic perspective in psychology took a more positive view of human nature. Humanists basically there are two important and most widely recognized humanists. They are Carl Rogers and Abraham Maslow. They emphasize the free will of human beings and their natural striving to grow and unfold their inner potential. They argued that behaviorism, with its emphasis on behavior as determined by environmental conditions, undermines human freedom and dignity and takes a mechanistic view of human nature. तो इस स्कूल ऑफ थॉट में इंसान की फ्री विल, इंसान की चॉइस को सामने रखा गया है, जबकि बिहेवियरिज्म में ऐसा नहीं कहा गया, फ्री विल को एम्फसाइज ही नहीं किया है. Now all these approaches filled the history of modern psychology. Each and every perspective, each and every school of thought has its own has their own pros and cons, strengths and weaknesses, advantages and disadvantages. So if one wants to understand human behavior, he should hold an eclectic approach. क्योंकि अगर उसने सिर्फ एक ही अप्रोच को अगर वो सिर्फ एक ही अप्रोच को लेके बैठा है और उसी पर्सपेक्टिव के हिसाब से ह्यूमन बिहेवियर को समझ रहा है, तो वो नहीं समझ पाएगा. क्योंकि स्ट्रक्चरलिज्म में एक बात कही गई है और दूसरी बात नहीं कही गई. फंक्शनलिज्म में भी ऐसा है, बिहेवियरिज्म में भी ऐसा है, साइकोएनालिसिस में भी ऐसा है, और ह्यूमनिस्टिक पर्सपेक्टिव में भी ऐसा है. तो अगर अच्छे से किसी इंसान को ह्यूमन बिहेवियर को समझना है, उसको अंडरस्टैंड करना है अच्छे तरीके से, तो ही शुड अडॉप्ट एन एक्लेक्टिक अप्रोच टुवर्ड्स साइकोलॉजी. नाउ दिस वाज ऑल. थैंक यू.